Happy Wednesday, 300 students. This video is going to be for our purple black belts and our third Q brown belts. We're actually going to spend some time on some ground self-defense. If you have a partner at home, maybe grab and see if they'll help you practice. If you don't, maybe just keep watching the video, take some notes on it. So I'm going to have my partner come on out. We're going to start with our purple black belt material. So this is anyone that's purple black going for brown. So what you guys need to make sure we review is the side guards. Remember, I'm here. We're going to get started with, you have two sweeping techniques. So the first one I'll show you is the scissor sweep. So I always do this hand motion because I'm going side to side. So when my partner comes in, I'm going to take my bottom foot and I hook his foot. Whatever leg is on the ground, that's the one I want to use. I don't want to do this because then if you notice, I'm all crisscrossed. So bottom foot hooks. From there, I take the other foot and I go to the inside. And then from there, it's that push-pull, one going one way, one going the other. My partner just sits down and he falls. If he were to step in with the same foot, and let's say I was on the other side, the same rules apply, he's just going to do a little bit different of a fall. So bottom foot hooks, other leg goes to the knee, I push and pull, he goes to the knee and falls, just like that. The next one's going to be the regular sweep. So he steps in with it, the same thing applies. So the bottom foot, always the bottom foot. This one always hooks behind. Now this time I'm going to touch it to the knee. He just sits down and break falls. If you don't have a partner, just practice doing this and doing this. Even if I flip to the other side, he still is going to hopefully do a back break fall. Like that. Next thing for purple black belts, you guys need to know how to do some leg escape. So if he grabs my ankle, all I do is I use my foot, I hook, and then I kick it off. If he grabs it again, no problem. Hook it, flip it off. And I guess again, hook it, flip it off. Maybe he grabs both feet, maybe he gets smart. Ooh, unlucky for him, I know what to do. I flip one way, I kick this one off. I flip the other, I kick it off. And that's all we got to do, purple black belts. So try to practice that when you get a second. The next thing we're going to get into is for our third Q brown belts. This is going to be some of your ground self-defense. The first thing I want to talk about is escaping the mount. So the mount means my partner is sitting right on top of me. Not a good place to be in self-defense. So what I want to do is if his hands are on my shoulder, I'm going to use this side closest to you guys. I'm going to take the hand that's on the outside and bring it in. My other hand sneaks through and secures that. From there, the same foot, I'm going to hook his leg. That way he can't step his foot out. From there, I lift and I send him over. Just like that. Hopefully we're in frame. Right, we're in frame, sweet. Okay, and then since it's slicker, you had a suggestion for another way to turn it. So I go here. Still towards the camera?
Nope. Wait.
The other way. Okay. So let's say I'm going the other way. If I want to throw him this way, I track that arm. I'm taking this foot over here. I'm hooking, and then I lift him. I send him over, and I follow him. Just like that. Last thing, since he's slicker, if you want to come over here, here. He's down this time, and I'm going to be in the mount. So from here, I can do an arm bar. So what I want to do is I want to get his arms up. So I'll start doing some of this. It's fun. I'm going to give him one arm, and then I'm going to take the other one. So one hand is to my chest, one is on his. Now from here, I can either step one foot and then the other, or if you're feeling fancy, you can pop up. From there, I'm going to take the hand that's up. That foot, I'm going to step around his head. So now both of my feet are over here. I hang onto the arm, I sit close, lean back, and then I'll just pull it back until he taps. A couple details here. I have his thumb pointed up. I'm squeezing my knees together, pulling back slow. I want to press. Let's flip over. We'll show the other way, Sensei Slicker. So same start. Again, obviously I get the hands up. I get the hands up. Hey, wait, take this off. I get this off. Okay, we've been in quarantine for a while. So, all right, so I give him one. I take one. I pop up. This side, the one that I have the hand up on, that's the foot I walk around. If you notice, I have him totally on his side, laying down. That's going to help me later. Sit as close as I can. Squeeze the knees, pull back. Just like that. Thanks for letting me beat you up, Sensei Slicker.
Hey.
And that covers our ground self-defense. In a moment, we're gonna move into some of our hand basic techniques. Nice job so far. The next thing we're going to be going over is some of our basics, and we're going to be focusing on the hand techniques tonight. So I'm going to start with our purple black belt, our 4th cue basics, and then we're going to get into 3rd cue. So first one, Yo and ready stance, we're going to go left foot forward, forearm sweeping block. So I cross the arms like an upper block, but then it comes across the face and goes out to the side. So again, in and across. Check the wrist, try to make sure it's not bending anyway. Keep it straight. Again, in and block. I'll try them backwards. Black, back, expand the shoulder back, get that all in there. From there, we'll make a fighting stance. Next one's going to be our 1 knuckle punch. So pop the index knuckle out, put the thumb on the side to augment. I rotate in, 1 knuckle punch. And again, 1 knuckle punch. Next one's going to be corkscrew punch. We're going to need this one for Seisan. So you do a low punch, bring it back. That's if you broke it down. So essentially I'm going in and back. If I put it together, focus on the hand, rotate, in and back. Try it on both sides, make sure you have that. Next 2 things we need are our rising elbow. So I'll turn this way so you can see it. I'll step forward, in and up. Check this hand, make sure it's up at the ear. Square the hips and shoulders forward. Don't let the elbow be out to the side. Focus it in, in. To do the dropping elbow, I just bring the hands up and come down with it. So emphasizing the elbow down. This is how far away or so it is from the body. So I'll wind up, down, down. That's the dropping elbow. And that finishes it actually for our purple black belt. So brown belts, this next part's going to be for you. First thing we're going to go over is the scissors punch. So the breakdown is the hands are up, and then they'll come to the hip, and it's 2 close punches. So I come up, punch, 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 punch. Keep an eye on that one. Next one's going to be tiger mouth strike. So I just rotate in, aim for the neck, and of course we're focusing on this knuckle right here, pushing into the throat for that. So I'll do it one more time. I rotate in, and tiger mouth strike. Next one is going to be the hooking wrist block. So it's like your forearm sweeping block, but fancy. We can hold in a pizza. So I step in, hooking wrist block. It's the same expansion and everything, but this time the wrist is rotated and corked, I guess you could say, as much as I need it. So I come in, block across, block across. Last one's going to be the scooping block. So we'll just break down the hands. You can copy me. Both palms are down. I scoop and roll it over. And I want it parallel with the floor. So I'm here, scoop, roll it over. Scoop, roll it over. Scoop, roll it, scoop, roll it. Now to do that with my stance, I'm going to be moving backwards the whole time in a forward stance. So here's the breakdown. Scoop, over. I step back, scoop, over. Again, scoop, over, scoop, over. And that covers our basics 300 class, so practice, practice, practice.